So safety is always the first step to be rebuilt. Safety, physical, emotional safety, all right? So if you don't have the safety to give feedback because they are too fragile to hear it, then you don't have any health, and neither does he, right? Because healthy people are willing to listen to feedback. So I used a quote by Todd Herman, who's a sports coach, or he was a sports coach, and he said, high performers are not afraid to look at the replay. And what that means is, if you are an athlete, and I say this to men all the time, if you were a golfer or you were an athlete and you wanted to learn how to be a better golfer, what do? They videotape you. They videotape your swing, and then you have a coach, and they go through. You're holding your I don't golf, but you're holding your stick wrong, whatever it's called, club. Your swing is off, whatever. Or a football player or any other athlete, a gymnast, if she's going to practice her routine, somebody's videotaping her on that balance beam or on that routine that she's doing, and they're saying, look, you did this really good, but your steps were off here. If your steps hadn't been off, you wouldn't have fallen off the beam here. You got to get a better balance. And so they're replaying what she just did so that she can improve. And so if you can't give your husband feedback and say, I love you to death, but you're scaring me right now. Your temper is going up and I'm getting nervous. I'm uncomfortable with our conversation. If you can't say that yet, you don't have enough safety to live together, right? You don't have enough safety to live together, because you have to have the freedom. That's part of the mutuality, reciprocity, freedom. You have to have the freedom to give feedback on how someone's behavior is impacting you. And if their behavior is causing you distress, not I just don't like it because I want him to bring me flowers for Valentine's Day and he didn't. I'm not talking about that. If his behavior is causing you distress where you're feeling afraid of him, I'm afraid to say something, then he's still controlling you, right? And so it's very important for that component to be in place before you attempt to live together again. If someone is regressing into old behavior and you don't have the feedback to say, oh, old history is coming back, everybody slips into old history. So if we don't catch ourselves, all of us will fall back into old habits. Even when we had new habits, sometimes it's easy to fall back in old habits. And so if your spouse can't say, ooh, you're doing something that reminds me of old history, and that person can't receive it and correct and self-correct, you're right, I am getting mad, I won't hurt you, I promise I'm not going to abuse you, but let me take a time out and I got to calm down, right? I got to calm down. I got to take care of myself right now because I can't have this conversation in a safe way. And that has to be in place if you're going to do any repairs to the relationship. If you don't have safety, trust, you can't build caring trust, you can't build financial trust, you can't build sexual trust, you can't build any of those other trusts if you can't talk about things honestly, right? And safety trust has to be built first.